Hello and welcome back. We're gonna go on to part 3. Hope everyone is doing well. Honestly, don't know any better way of starting this today. But yeah, last where we left off, I think I had just gotten the, what was it, Shadow Flight or something? Those Shadow Wings for war to be able to glide distances, or a little bit further distances, and actually be able to get over certain gaps and ledges. So going forward, we're gonna actually go to see if we can see how far we can get in part 3 today, moving towards Tiamat and the Twilight Cathedral. So without further ado, let us get into it. Yep, Shadow Flight. Activate War's Shadow Flight in a Shadow Current to perform a huge leap. Before I do that, I'm going to backtrack a little bit because I can actually use... Oh, that's right. I think that one just ran off. Oh well. I'm just gonna backtrack slightly. I'm pretty sure that I can actually go back and glide over the gap over here now. I'm pretty sure. I don't think I need any other tools just yet. At least for part of it. While I'm at it, I'm gonna get some souls and some health. Do some of these. Tedious? Yes. Useful? Also yes. I had to turn the volume down a little bit. It was a little loud in my ears. I did have the volume up a little high on my headset, so that explains that. And now there's nothing back this way. I forgot, like, oh yeah, I already came from that direction, and I already checked, or I came from that direction, so there's nothing that way for me to get anyways. Yeah, I can't go that way just yet because I need something in order to hook onto that. Should be able to just glide across here. Yep, cool. There we go, another soldier. Anything over here? Nope, nothing. Imagine if that was a real person, just all of a sudden I just fall out of the sky out of nowhere, grab you, and just slam into the ground like that. I honestly don't know exactly what my last thought going through my head would be. I know the last thing going through my head would probably be parts of my skull, to put it pretty bluntly and gruesomely. And I did decide to move my model over the mini-map because I think it just looks better being oriented the way that it should be oriented, like that. Oh yeah, there were those two things following me. I forgot about them. And honestly, like, no, not dissing on anybody watching, but at the same time, I'm the one who should be seeing the mini-map. Oh yeah, Vulgrim's location. I haven't discovered a new location outside of, at the front of the, I don't know, whatever this building was. A new Vulgrim location has been added to the Chronicle.
Has returned you in one piece. He must like you.
Give it a bit. He'll change his mind. Ah, crap. I didn't mean to jump off. There we go. Wrath shard. Select 4 wrath shards to create a wrath core that increases war's maximum wrath. That's gonna be useful. I know I can buy some off of him every now and then.
You may come into possession of certain items that are of particular interest to me. Artifacts of the Fallen Legion. If you discover any Legion artifacts, bring them to me. I will make it worth your while.
As a matter of fact, I have 2.
Old Volgrim's got something new for
Oh yeah, and here's where I can also buy some, I don't even know what these would be called. I guess rune slots, maybe? But yeah, I could also buy a whole Wrath Core or a shard. I don't know what these would be called exactly. I guess bonus ability for weapons. For example, this one's Weapon Master. Slotted bonus. Boosts the damage inflicted by a weapon's attack. Probably... Actually, you know what? I'm gonna get that one because that'll be useful.
Did you come all this way to
Nope.
waste my time?
Sticky key. Oh, it's other shift, okay. And yeah, and then there's also all these other ones that I can unlock for increasing different combos and... Oh yeah, that's while I'm in the air. I was wondering about that one. But basically upgrade different like abilities and whatnot. Oh yeah, here's the scythes. I like the scythes a lot. This one is the base one that you can get, which is a scythe. The scythe's massive curved blade performs large sweeping attacks that devastate multiple enemies. Harvester is, I think at the time of this release of the game initially, it was like a DLC or a bonus content sort of thing. So this one, the Harvester. Death's legendary scythe devastates multiple enemies with large sweeping attacks. The Harvester also reaps more souls up from fallen. And then even though it says, like, okay, there it goes. From fallen enemies, there it is. I don't have enough for either of these, unfortunately. And then I can upgrade Blade Geyser, which is harnessing the power of the Chaos Eater. This attack summons a field of deadly blades around war. And then there's these two, Immolation, which is locked, and Affliction, which is locked currently. But I could get Stone Skin if I had 2,000 swords, which is drains wrath while active. War's flesh hardens, reducing enemy damage and increasing the effectiveness of War's attacks. There we go. Oh yeah, weapon enhancement, that's what it was. Weapon enhancements must be slotted to a weapon within the Weapon Forge area of War's inventory. That is where I can go to here. And you don't need to slot that there, but where was it? Shift, there it is. There we go. So I can assign this to there. And now, if I go look at info, War's legendary blade, also stripped of its former strength and power. But now that I've added this to it, boosts the damage inflicted by a weapon's attack. So it's not specific to War or Chaos Eater. However, this works perfectly for this one for the time being because it just adds more damage, which means it's easier to defeat certain enemies a little bit quicker. Especially since I've already unlocked the first little upgrade after beating enough. And there are actually specific... Here we go. I should not have done that. That was probably not going to make it. Nope, didn't make it. There's a thing down here that I'm going to try and get real quick if I can time it right. This one's always been a... Timing's not been the best. There we go. I'm not usually the best at timing that. There we go. Piece number 1 out of 10. Abyssal armor piece. A piece of blood forged abyssal armor. Collect 10 to complete the set. That's piece number 1. 9 more to go. And here we go. Time to get back up there. And now that I have that added, also it changes the effect of the blade too. So before the eyes weren't glowing and there wasn't that little almost force field right there. But every weapon enhancement does change the blade aesthetic just a little bit. It's not different for each one, but it is different for the majority of them. Oh yeah, I forgot that you can burn some health by killing those guys as well. Getting close, and then I'm getting close. There we go. Oh yeah, and I also have like a health crystal as well to use if I need to heal myself. And I don't have any ability to like do anything like this to earn health souls or anything like that. But yeah, those things will come into play later. Those things are actually kind of fun to use. Damn it. I was pointing up instead of to the side. I thought I was still pointing to the side, but I wasn't. Basically, the way to get around these things is you gotta do this, over, sweep, gotta retreat back into their little hidey hole. Why did I jump off? I wasn't even aiming off. Oh yeah, I was gonna hook up my controller for this part, or for this going forward. I didn't do that. Ah well, I'll do it next time. It's not the end of the world. There it is. Up, and there we go. Oh yeah, the choking grounds. Oh yeah, that's something that you can do also with certain enemies like these bats. You can basically just hop from bat to bat to bat to bat, just doing those sorts of attacks just every single time, or just pressing E or whatever the action key is, the button is, depending on if you're playing a controller or something else. Where you can just hop from bat to bat and just execute them pretty much like this every single time. I'm gonna grab them. There's another soldier. Oh yeah, new enemy. I do like that with different enemies, it does have different finishing moves like this. The only issue, quote unquote, is that it's not like a variety. It's basically just like, oh yeah, each one is different, sure. However, here we go, not unlocked another one. but they're also still repetitive. I don't need any life essence. Let me see if there's anything worth upgrading while I'm here.
Please take your time. Let me know if I can help you. You are as wise as... What would you ask of this humble merchant?
Nothing. What was it? There it is. I forgot which was the key to open up the map. Oh yeah, I haven't really unlocked anything to be able to see much over here. I think there's like one of these that gets unlocked if I do some... I don't remember. There's like some Easter egg somewhere around here, I think, if I it's if I destroy certain tombstones, it unlocks. I think it's these ones that have that kind of want to say Celtic cross, but I don't know if that would be considered a Celtic cross. I honestly don't remember exactly. I think it was these ones, but... Well, actually, no. They seem to be kind of just coming back, so maybe it's not. Did I not break that one? Maybe I didn't. I thought I did. Maybe it's the one that releases souls. I don't remember. Oh. Gotten those ones over there. I'm gonna find all these to see if that is correct, because I'm pretty sure it is. I remember vaguely something about these things being important to unlock something, but I don't remember. There's one over there. There it is. Yeah, that's what it was. It was to unlock that kind of chest. I was wondering about that because I was like, I'm pretty sure I see like some kind of like green animation effect over here or something, but I was like, are my eyes playing tricks on me or something? I remembered it was something. Maybe the gravestone was something different. I don't remember. I just remember vague bits of information here and there. I haven't played a lot of this stuff in a very, very long time. I just remember... Ooh. And here, you beautiful chest. I want to get out of here so I'm not trapped in a corner trying to fight this thing. there's anything really more for me to collect right now. There's more stuff around here to collect. I think the majority of it, though, I cannot collect at this moment. I have to come back at a later time once I have unlocked more items and abilities and other things. It is kind of one of those games similar to like the original God of War. God of War 1, God of War 2, and God of War 3, somewhat anyways, where it's like you do have to unlock certain abilities or powers or something, or weapons, and then backtrack to where you used to be or where you were at once before to then be able to continue forward properly. Like, there are things up there like that. That is something I cannot get until later in the game. That much I am definitive on. But there are some things I could get down here real quick, actually. Let me go get that. Nice thing is you don't take fall damage unless you fall off the map. I could fly up here. I don't remember if there's anything that I can get up here just yet or not. Oh wait, yeah, I can. There's that. Except this. Yeah, nothing at this time. There's another Wrath Shard, which is perfect. Just need 2 more health shards and Wrath Shards, and I'm good. I can't go up there yet because I don't have the right thing to get up there, so time to move on. Oh yeah, this is actually where some of the mini game stuff kind of comes into play. My voice just cracked there for a second.
I have come for the Destroyer.
My brother spoke of your coming, but a powerful curse holds me now. I cannot help you.
Any curse can be broken.
Yes, perhaps. These servants of the Destroyer walk unseen within the realm of shadow. By their blood we are bound. By their blood shall we be free.
I can no longer move within the Shadow Realm. Much of my power has left me.
You need not enter it. I will grant you the power to see into the accursed realm for a time. But to what end? What hope have we now against the Destroyer's foul sorcery?
Hope will not bring you freedom.
It just reminded me of Yu-Gi-Oh!
Find where these shadow lurkers hide and kill them all.
As we're in the Shadow
They can't be
Realm.
that hard
Well,
to
not
find.
in it, but looking into it. It does mark on the mini-map where I have to go to get to these spots, thankfully. It's not just like, oh, go find them. But at the same time, there's also these beams all over the place, too, that you can see. Those just look like eyes of Sauron. I forgot that those things hover over them like this. They just look like smaller eyes of Sauron. Each one is different. Each one's gonna come with like a different kind of battle mini game, I say. Speed Brawl. Defeat 40 enemies within the time limit. Bonus souls will be rewarded for any time left on the clock. I remember this one. This one's a little bit of a pain in the butt. At first it's easy, because I get to fight all these small ones. They get defeated within just a few smacks. Then come the more tougher enemies, where it's a little bit more. Thing about this too is when executing an enemy like this, after pressing E, it does actually cause damage to other enemies if they are close enough. So it's not just like, oh, all damage solely goes to that one enemy. Like, no, any around will take damage, just not like a huge amount, obviously, just enough to be like, oh yeah, okay, you're I had missed all of those guys. One of these mini games, I don't remember if it's later in the game or one of the next ones. I need to move. There we go. And because I won within a certain time frame, I got extra souls. It does give you good incentives to be fast.
Can we do it again?
Preferably not. I already have 3 more of these I gotta do. And it's definitely worth collecting all of these while here, because definitely not gonna be able to come back and pick them up later. Once you're done, disappears. Never to be able to go back and collect again. Go to this one over here since it's a little bit further away, and then kind of make my way back closer. Maybe this actually, I think I might remember when one of these like tombs, I think they are, opens. I think I kind of remember when it does, but I need to check him again and make sure, because I am not 100% certain. I'm just vaguely remembering. All right, what was this one again? I don't remember if it goes in a certain order or if it, okay. Kill 50 enemies before war's infected health depletes. Bonus souls will be rewarded for any remaining health. Sorry, I had to take a sip of my drink. I actually got the inspiration from this from this guy on Instagram. I don't remember what his handle is. If anybody does know and would like to make a comment about it, you're perfectly welcome to. But basically, it's this guy on Instagram whose whole shtick is eating heads of lettuce and mixing energy drinks and some other drink, like Gatorade or something. And I kind of did something similar, but the only difference is mine is, I mean, it is still energy drinks and C4, but it's not like, oh, it's like Ghost or whatever. Mine is basically just Gatorade and C4. Pretty good. Actually, not bad. I try not to drink the whole thing in one day because I already drink a fair bit of caffeine anyways at the start of the day before going to work during the work day, because I wake up early, so I'll like leave between like 6 and 6:30 in the morning to go to the gym for a little bit, and then I'll go to work and be at work by 8 o'clock. And I already drink like a pre-workout beforehand, and then I work out for like an hour or so roughly. But I still have a fair bit of caffeine going through my system, so it's not just like, oh, that hour I burn it all off, so now I need another pick-me-up. Like, no, I really shouldn't need to drink more. But I think it's just how my body processes things and just makes it too quick. That makes a lick of sense. And I know that the last few, yep, there it is. I was like, there's one boss at one point. You see what that does with having those enhancements? Before, it took me a lot longer to defeat one of these guys, and I just did it in under 30 seconds this time, because my weapon has leveled up, essentially, number one, and number two, I have that weapon enhancement that adds more damage. So it actually does a really nice job of, like, actually giving you a lot of like bonus stuff like that. And last guy, and that's the last one. Collect all these while I'm here. And I'm not going to talk to Volgrim until after I have done all of these, because I want to have as many souls as I can before I go and be like, hey, give me some upgrades. I do like how they added the expression of the eye, like behind the gate, it's just kind of like, haha, you can't get me. Now that the gate's down, it's like wide-eyed and panicked, like, oh crap, I'm exposed. And might as well collect these, even though it's not going to do anything, because I don't want them to go to waste, honestly. Even though I kind of am wasting them to a degree. I am wasting them, but I guess at the same time, I don't know. It's kind of one of those, I guess, weird areas where it's like, I am, but I'm not. I'm wasting it, but I'm also not wasting it. I kind of am wasting it. I don't know. I feel like I'm going to give myself a headache if I think about that too much. What is this one? Is it? No, this one's not the one with the environment, right? I think that's the last one. Oh yeah, here we go. The gory end. Smaller or weaker enemies can be instantly killed at any time. Larger creatures must be stunned before they can be slain. Use E to instantly kill smaller, blah, 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 all that kind of stuff. Yep. Kill 30 enemies using only War's instant kill attacks within the time limit. Bonus souls will be awarded for time left on the clock. That's what this one was. This was the one I was talking about earlier, where basically just jump from bat to bat. Just press an E. As long as we're close enough. I think so. I think there's even one of these where it's like you have to just have like a... What was it? I think it was even a chain where you have to have it being... You have to do the executions in chain attacks pretty much. Like kind of what I'm doing right now. In order for it to count. I think. I could be misremembering. I don't want to use my... Actually... There we go. That actually works. Because it weakens them enough to where I can just get a good... smack. Skeletons, I think, are a little bit safer to use the geyser attack on. These other guys, I think it's safer just to pick my sword. There's another guy around here. There you are. Nope, too far away. There we go. And I wasn't even facing the right way. Oh crap, I was not paying attention to him. Why am I? Oh, that's right. I'm pushing forward. So like, why am I not like moving away from this guy? What's going on? I was pushing forward and dashing into him, not dashing away or around him. That's right. Okay, some more of these guys we gotta kill. 6, 5, 4. 3. 2. Oh, did I not kill? Oh, I guess I missed one. Oh, dang it. Oh well. Okay, gotta clear that one. I probably should have done it on that last big guy, but I didn't really want to take the time. The other ones were easier. Plus, I get souls for beating it under the time anyways. See, it's calm, and now it's down. Now the eye's like wide, like, oh crap, I am screwed. Which is true. Is very true. I think the last one's the one where I have to kill enemies using environment objects. Like picking up cars or picking up chairs, tables, whatever. Basically picking stuff up and throwing it at them and killing them that way. I think it only gives you cars because cars is what can deal or does deal the most damage. If I remember right. Oh yeah, there are also weapon enhancements that are specific to like Chaos Eater, which I want to get at some point because I've gotten these before. There's like 4 legendary weapon enhancements, each one specific to each of the horsemen. There's one for war, there's one for death, there's one for fury, and one for strife. In these games, those are the names of the 4, even though I think in... Hang on. Because I have to think about this for a second. Because I'm pretty sure that in... in the Bible or like Christian. Okay, yeah. Yeah. The way they're in the game, they're called War, Death, Fury, and Strife. So 2 out of 4, I guess, are technically kind of correct or whatever. I don't know why they call them Fury and Strife, honestly. I guess to some degree that might make sense, but I have to kind of think about that a little bit more. Anyway, I digress. The 4 horsemen in the Bible, I'm pretty sure, is war, death, famine, and conquest. Who is the one? Oh, let me see. Oh yeah, here we go. Because I'm looking this up on Wikipedia because it's the fastest thing I can find. The white horse. Then I saw when the Lamb broke one of the 7 seals, and I heard one of the 4 living creatures saying, as with a voice of thunder, "Come." Not in that way. I looked, and behold, a white horse, and he who sat on it had a bow, and a crown was given to him, and he went out conquering and to conquer. That one should be conquest. The white horse. Red horse. When he broke the 2nd seal, I heard the 2nd living creature saying, "Come." and another red horse went out, and to him who sat on it, it was granted to take peace from earth, and that men would slay one another. A great sword was given to him. Revelation 6:3 through 4 for the red horse, and what was it? Revelation 6:1 through 2 for the white horse, and the red horse is war. The black horse. When he broke the third seal, I heard the third living creature saying, "Come." I looked, and behold, a black horse, and he who sat on it had a pair of scales in his hand. And I heard something like a voice in the center of the four living creatures saying, "A quart of wheat for a denarius, and 3 quarts of barley for a denarius. But do not damage the oil and the wine." Revelation 6:5 through 6. The black horse, which would be famine. And then the last one, the pale horse. When the lamb opened the fourth seal, I heard the voice of the fourth living creature say, "Come." I looked, and there before me was a pale horse. Its rider was named Death, and Hades was following close behind him. They were given power over a fourth of the earth to kill by sword, famine, and plague, and by the wild beasts of the earth. Revelation 6:7 through 8. Yeah. So 2 out of 4 are named correctly in this game. Three out of, or the remaining 2, I think they took creative liberty with to a degree, just to be like, we don't want them to be exact. Let's give them a different name. I need to look into it more to make sure that that is the case, because I feel like Fury and Strife could potentially fall under the same as like War to a degree. But I need to look into it more. I could be mistaken. Anyway, back to it. Aerial brawl. Hold left shift to focus on enemy. Hold left click to launch enemies into the air with war. Press left click repeatedly to combo enemies in the air. Defeat 5 enemies using aerial combos within a time limit. Bonus souls will be rewarded for any time left on the clock. Okay. And it's that easy. Dang it, that didn't count. I guess because I didn't launch him in the air and kill him, I basically just launched him in the air upon killing him. So I guess I didn't technically count, which is kind of stupid, but what is. Block counter. War's reflexive instincts have been awoken, allowing him to counterattack physical and projectile threats. Counterattack physical and projectile, but press left alt just before the moment of impact.
Excellent.
Okay. This part's going to be a little bit longer because I didn't want to cut it off halfway through doing this, so I'm going to do this. I'm actually going to go talk to Fulgrim real quick. I keep wanting to say Fulgrim, but Fulgrim is Warhammer.
Must be the last of them. Let's get out of here.
It's like, that is completely different than this. Fulgrim is Primarch of the Emperor's Children. Not a demonic traitor. And I said traitor, not traitor. Fulgrim is a demonic traitor. Where do I want to buy the scythe? No, I kind of want to... Anything else I can do? Not really. Okay, that's fine. I just want to upgrade some combo stuff because those actually are helpful. Whether I use them or not, they are helpful to use or have and utilize. And there are certain items, like you can see that there's something up there a bit more now. Before you could just see a glow. Now you can actually see there's an item up there. Basically what that, I'm not going to say what it is specifically because that's going to kind of ruin part of the game later. But it is a specific item that I do need to get, but I cannot get unless I am in the Shadow Realm, or at least looking in the Shadow Realm. But that'll be something I have to come back and get at a later date. Or a later time, not a later date.
Ancestors praise you.
Ravager. This enhancement increases war damage with environmental weapon attacks. I kind of like to watch them walk away sometimes because I always get curious, like, kind of where they go. And it is cool to watch because you can actually see them be walking away like this. And you might think they just disappear, like clip into the wall or something. But he doesn't. He stops. He jumps over that ledge to get up to there. And then he just keeps walking. Every single one of these guys that you encounter like this, they do this. They have like their own different way of leaving. And they just wander off. Which is kind of cool to see because normally you might think, oh, well, they'll just kind of disappear immediately after. But no, well, I could still see them for a second, and then I think I got too far away. Anyway. But yeah, you just see them walk off, and then eventually they do disappear because they kind of have to. But you can actually watch them wander off. Instead of just being like they walk past you during the cutscene, and then when the cutscene's over, they disappear. Which is pretty neat because they took the time to animate that and basically code that in for the game. You don't see a lot of specific detail like that anymore, unfortunately, but anyway. I think this might be a good stopping point for part 1. Or not part 1, part 3. To then go into part 4 because I'm moving on and it's been about 50 minutes now, so I don't want it to be too much longer than that. So for this time, I'll call it quits here and I'll see you guys in part 4.